Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Shirtless Painter. Anyone can paint, and anyone can paint anything. And today I'm going to teach you how to paint a desktop computer. You can see I already have my canvas primed here, and I've added just a hint of a desktop and just a hint of a computer room. It could be any room. It could be a child's room who's gone to college. Whatever room you feel would hold a desktop computer, and of course a desk. All right, so we'll go over our materials here. We've got, of course, our canvas. We've got our brush, palette knife, and, of course, we have our different colors of paint, which we'll show to you now on the screen. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is, obviously, get our computer. So we're going to go ahead and take some of our computer white, all right, and we'll mix it with just a little bit of Big Bird yellow. Okay. Just to give it that nice computer hue. Okay, and we just take a dab of our Swedish black. Just to give it that, whoop, a little too much there. Just to give it that nice hue of a family computer. Every family needs a computer. You need a computer to check email, to book travel, stay in touch with friends, and today you're going to paint one. Okay, so we begin by just sort of sketching out our computer shape here. And I'd say this is about a 17-inch display, but again, anything you want, any size computer you want. Mine's a Gateway computer. Yours can be anything, a ViewSonic, IBM. Now, I don't own a computer, and that's okay. Don't need to be a computer expert to paint a computer. Okay, so we've got our main computer shape here, and every computer needs a keyboard. So we'll go ahead and do our keyboard stripe here, our little keyboard area. Look at that. Look at that. And this is a keyboard with, this is a number keyboard. Some keyboards don't have numbers on them, some do. Either way is okay. Whatever you need. You might be doing spreadsheets, you might be a math professor. Great, so we got our main computer shapes here, and of course, every computer needs a mouse. We're tight on space, so we're going to put the mouse, we're going to go ahead and put the mouse behind the keyboard. Just kind of store it there. And you know, maybe dad's using the computer, maybe junior's using the computer, maybe it's got some grease marks on there. Okay, so we got our main computer shapes laid out. Now we're gonna add just a bit of the dark stuff, a little Swedish black, just to add some nice shadowy areas. That's where it's nice and shady, right on the tip of the mouse, tip of the keyboard. And we'll just start to just gently etch in our screen here. Okay. It's good to start to think about what types of websites you might want to put on the computer, what website you might want to have the home page set to. So start thinking about that, some of your favorite websites. This is an old keyboard, so some of the keys may have gotten just a little bit yellowed. So we're going to take some of our computer yellow and just mix it with the other computer colors that we've created here. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and switch brushes here. I'm going to switch to a smaller brush. This one is about, if you look at it, you can see it's about the size of a key on a keyboard, which is how you know it's the right size for what we're working with. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and paint in some keys here. These could be any keys. You don't have to stick to standard American keyboards. You could put the ASDF. They don't have to be anywhere near each other. You could put F1 number lock. This is actually my number lock right here. Anywhere you want. Anywhere you need an old, silly old key. I like to do keys that that do special things that a computer couldn't even do. I'm going to add a key right here. This will just be between you and me, but you press this key, and that causes world peace. Wouldn't that be nice? World peace. No one fighting. Everyone just painting and using computers. Okay. And then, of course, we get our big old return key. Okay, look at that. Look at that. All right, now it's time. We'll take a little bit of this sort of puke color that we have here, and then we'll add just a little string, little mouse string, and have that connect right to the display. Okay, we'll do get our little mouse buttons here. If you got a mouse, you got to be able to right click and left click. Okay, just maybe some highlights right around there. And again, you know, I didn't save room for the tower itself. Again, this is just a display, a mouse, and a keyboard, but as I like to say, there are no goof-ups, only pleasant whoopsies, and this is a pleasant whoopsie. We're going to give this mouse a little place to live by creating our very own mouse pad. A little bit of leprechaun blue, some Green Day green. Okay. Go ahead and mix that up. Get a nice blue-green mouse pad. And you could do any kind of mouse pad. Mine's going to be an X-Files mouse pad from the show The X-Files. But yours could be any show or no show at all. It's really up to you. That's the beauty of painting and the beauty of mouse pads. Okay, so we got our mouse right here, so we'll just do a little hint, and it'll sort of run off the page here, but that's okay. Canvas is what we call it. Just right around there. And over to the side. Okay. And then we'll just do a little highlight there just to give it some depth. Beautiful. Alright, and as I said, it is an X-Files mouse pad, so we'll just take a little bit of our X-Files yellow and go ahead and wet that up so it really slips and slides. Okay. Okay, well, we only have room for X file. But like I said, there's no goof ups, no screw ups, just pleasant whoopsies. And this is a pleasant whoopsie. X file. That could be a new show that I create, or that we create together. Okay, so now, as I've been going along here, I've created a lot of good gray water, which which is gonna come into play here. So as you can see, the edges of the computer are a bit rough. You wouldn't want to run your fingers along that like a brand new desktop. So I'm just gonna take some of our good gray water and just sort of wet it up, soften it up, just to give it that nice, sleek computer look. It's fun too. Okay, so at this point, we've got our basics down. We just need to fill up this screen. So whatever business you're up to on your computer, that's none of my business, but we're gonna make it our business today. So we'll go ahead and take some of our X-Files color, go ahead and mix it with some of the plain computer. That's not quite right. We'll go ahead and add a little red. Okay, so you can see what I've got going on there. I'm not happy with that. I'm gonna go ahead and actually just take some white and create some simple browser windows here. You could be shopping online, could be IMing with a friend, playing Mortal Kombat with a friend from Vietnam. It's from The Cable Guy. One of my favorite movies. Alright, so we got one browser window, but we need to really make it pop. So again, we'll go back to some of our X-Files blue and just create the inner world of the browser window. And what do we do when we got a browser window open and our mom walks in? We X out of it. Can't do that without an X. Just X right out of it. Never happened. So now that we've got our browser window X fine brush here, we can go ahead and add the brand name of the computer. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of this gateway yellow, add it to our computer white, and we'll just create a nice little gateway. Computers aren't the only gateways. Painting can be a gateway. Gateway to creativity. Gateway to fun. Okay. No gateway can be complete without its signature cow branding. Give it just a little cow. Nothing fancy. Don't have to do the whole cow, but you can get the milk for free. And we're just going to take some of our Swedish black, mix it with our computer gray here, just to add a little depth to our screen. Just really make it pop with that gray. Now we got our computer here. It's a lonely computer. It doesn't have anything to really play or do other than its own programs. I'm just going to go ahead and mix some of our Big Bird ochre with our teenager red. And I'm just going to make it, I'm going to give it a little basketball. Just a little basketball that it could sit up top here. And yours doesn't have to be a basketball. It could be a football. It could be a basketball or a football. So we're going to go ahead and we got our browser window here. Well, first let me go ahead and add our stitching on our basketball here. Beautiful. Do you play basketball? I do. We've got our main screen here. We've got one little browser window. What do you say we go ahead and give it a friend? And we've already got our sort of gray slop-colored browser window, so I'm going to go ahead and make this one a nice, give it a red browser window. A lot of people will try to tell you browser windows can't be red. Browser windows can be whatever you want them to be. Doesn't even have to be the same size or shape as our other one. You could extend that browser window by using your mouse any size you need. Whoever owns this computer, this desktop, well, I think they like entertainment, so I'm going to go ahead and have them logged on to eNews. It's a great place to get all your gossip, Hollywood trends, anything that's going on in the world of entertainment. Sometimes painting is harder than drawing. And again, we ran out of space for the S, but that's okay because it still says eNew, and that could be a new website just for us. Hey, yeah, what the hey? This browser window's lonely. We're going to go ahead and put the S up here. eNews. And while we're at it, this old X-Files mouse pad is missing an S too. Just put it right next to here. SS. Since this says SS on it already, we might as well go ahead and make it a boat. Just make it a boat. Any kind of sailboat. And here's where you can have some fun with it. Don't feel restricted to the borders of the computer monitor here. Someday we're probably going to have technology like this that projects clear off your browser window. Okay. Then we'll just add our little side sail here. Now you're ready to set sail on the internet. And what the hey, we'll take some of our flag red and just do a little flag. Nothing wrong with that. Alright. Now, as always, as I like to do with all my paintings here, I'm just going to go ahead and add my wife. And you don't have to worry about size or scale here. Today she's going to be a small wife. Use my wife yellow to add some blonde hair. Oh, what color would she like to wear? Well, she likes watching the X-Files too, so I'll mix together a little X-Files green so that my wife's dress matches the mouse pad. When I see my wife wearing this dress, I say, "Does the dress match the mouse pad?" And that's sort of my little joke. She's been inside on the computer too long, so we're going to make her just a little pale around the arms and the legs. So we'll just add our white face here. Okay, and then of course we'll just add a little. My wife's upset with me today because I've been hogging up the computer, so we'll put a little scowl on her face. Perfect. When you're ready to finish things up, when you're ready to escape from your painting, we just add a little escape key. Okay, I ran out of room for the C, but we'll just put it up here with our friends on the boat. And to my friends out there, I thank you for joining me. This has been the Shirtless Painter, and I invite you to take off your shirt and paint with me. Thanks for joining.